think what we're seeing here is the result of 10 years of somehow having missed technological progress and innovations. That is clearly something that we can see because it goes beyond the automotive industry. It goes beyond one single company.
These new models that are so famous and almost everyone knows are not selling, and you would never believe why. In 2024, the automotive industry is facing a storm, and it's not just a little rain, it's a full-on flood. Several major automotive brands are grappling with substantial declines in their sales figures, a clear indicator of the broader, more complex challenges this industry is battling. It's a sobering reality check for those who thought the car market was invincible. What's happening? Let's dive into some eye-opening statistics that reveal the struggles of specific automotive models and manufacturers. The overall market is experiencing a noticeable downturn. The automotive sector in the US is projected to see a sales growth rate that barely breaks a sweat, only 2.5% in 2024. In stark contrast, just last year, 2023 boasted a robust increase of 14.6%. Over in the European market, the situation isn't any brighter. Car sales plummeted to 643,000 units in August 2024, signaling a staggering nearly 16% drop compared to the same time last year. That's not just a minor hiccup, that's a crash landing. This alarming decline has sent shockwaves throughout the industry. Manufacturers are now grappling with the harsh reality of potential fines as they struggle to meet stringent carbon dioxide emission targets. Yes, you heard that right. Companies that once thrived on the road are now staring down the barrel of hefty penalties. Now you're probably asking, which cars exactly lost their magic? Let me tell you about it. Ford Mustang 2024. The 2024 Ford Mustang is not just a car, it's a legend on wheels. Yet, despite its rich heritage and standout features, it seems to be grappling with some serious sales challenges this year, leaving both enthusiasts and potential buyers scratching their heads. By mid-year, a mere 18,000 units had successfully made their way into the hands of eager new owners, a staggering drop from the impressive 58,000 units sold just last year in 2023. How did a model that showcases innovation and modern design fall so flat in demand? The 2024 Ford Mustang offers a unique blend of modern technology, exhilarating performance, and competitive pricing strategies. Let's dive into the interior features that make the Mustang truly captivating. First up, it boasts dual 14-inch displays, creating an immersive, tech-savvy driving environment. Imagine a central infotainment touchscreen right at your fingertips, complemented by a configurable digital instrument cluster that keeps everything you need in clear view. This setup doesn't just look sleek, it redefines what it feels like to be behind the wheel of a sporty car. Speaking of sporty, the Mustang includes a racing-inspired, flat-bottom steering wheel, a design choice that elevates the entire driving experience. This wheel isn't just about aesthetics, it enhances the overall feel of the car, making you feel connected to the road and ready to take on any challenge. Now let's address seating comfort. While the Mustang seats are undoubtedly designed to cradle you in comfort, they fall short compared to the competition, particularly when stacking against the Chevrolet Camaro. Those long drives, they can get a bit tiring if you're seated in the Mustang for hours on end. For those who prioritize comfort in extended trips, it's crucial to keep this in mind. At the core of the Mustang's appeal is its powerhouse, the 5L Coyote Vate engine. This isn't just any engine, it's a beast that produces a jaw-dropping 486 horsepower and 418 pound-feet of torque. This combination can rocket the Mustang GT into action, delivering thrilling acceleration and an exhilarating ride that any car enthusiast would crave. The choice of a 6-speed manual transmission or 10-speed automatic gives drivers the flexibility to engage with the road in a way that feels right for them. Whether you crave the raw connection of shifting gears yourself or prefer the smoothness of an automatic, this engine is designed to please. For those not solely hunting for raw power, the Mustang doesn't disappoint. The base model boasts a 2.3-liter EcoBoost engine that provides a balanced option, delivering 315 horsepower while ensuring efficiency isn't neglected. It can dash from 0 to 60 miles per hour in a mere 4.2 seconds. It's a figure that piques the interest of performance seekers. The quarter-mile time reflects this prowess too, clocking in around 12.5 seconds at a speed of 114 miles per hour. These figures make it a fierce competitor among its peers, positioning the Mustang as a legitimate player in the performance car arena. However, let's not overlook the concept of speed. We all love it, right? The Mustang's top speed is electronically capped at an exhilarating accelerating 155 miles per hour. Can you feel the thrill just thinking about it? This is where the vehicle really shines, delivering substantial excitement for those with a need for speed. But what's happening in the market? Even with such impressive specifications and exciting features, the Mustang is facing a significant sales slump. Again, let's revisit the economic landscape. High inflation and rising interest rates are putting a vice grip on consumers' wallets, making many potential buyers hesitant. Despite enticing dealer discounts that can reach up to 20% off the manufacturer's suggested retail price, buyer confidence has taken a hit, and it's influencing their decisions more than they'd like to admit. Add to this the unfortunate reality of the Mustang's pricing. Variants across the board have seen price increases ranging from 10 to 15%. That's a prescription for sticker shock. For many shoppers, especially in a tightening economic climate, a higher price may as well be a neon stop sign. They're not just looking for thrills, they want value, and right now, the Mustang's allure might be a little too pricey. Now let's talk about shifting market trends. The demand for sports cars is dwindling, with an increasing number of consumers opting for practical vehicles like SUVs and hybrids. The romance of a muscle car like the Mustang is giving way to the practicality of vehicles that prioritize efficiency and usability. This broad shift in consumer behavior is chipping away at the Mustang's once loyal fan base. But the Mustang is not the only vehicle from Ford facing challenges. The 2024 Ford Bronco. Sales performance for the Ford Bronco, especially the 2024 model, is hit hard by a combination of sky-high costs and evolving consumer preferences. It's a rough ride, and understanding the current market trends and consumer sentiment surrounding the Bronco lineup is crucial. Let's tackle the steep costs that are keeping many potential buyers at bay. The pricing for the Ford Bronco has jumped significantly, particularly for models like the Raptor. With a starting price that can soar to around $91,930, it's clear that this vehicle is not just an investment, it's a substantial financial commitment. In an economic climate where people are constantly worried about making ends meet, many consumers are finding these price tags downright prohibitive. The allure of an off-road adventure is quickly overshadowed by the dollar signs that come with it. If that's not enough to raise eyebrows, consider this. Since its debut, the MSRP of the Bronco Raptor has spiked by over $20,000 in just 2 years. Yes, you heard me right. Such a steep increase in price is bound to stir up serious concerns about whether buyers are getting real value for their hard-earned cash. This kind of financial jump doesn't sit well with consumers, especially when economic uncertainty looms and interest rates are on the rise. People want the freedom to explore rugged terrains, but they also want assurance that they're making a smart investment. To add insult to injury, many dealerships have been adding hefty markups on top of already inflated MSRPs. This practice only inflates the overall cost and really makes it tough for buyers to justify pulling the trigger on a purchase. When you're staring at add-ons that push the already high costs even higher, it feels like a gut punch. The repercussions of these markups are clear. Lots are full of unsold vehicles, which screams that demand isn't meeting expectations, even with inventory sitting just waiting to be driven off the lot. Now, let's talk about the shifting sands of consumer priorities. There's a noticeable trend emerging as buyers lean towards more practical vehicles like SUVs and crossovers instead of traditional off-road trucks. The Bronco's rugged appeal is under scrutiny because many consumers are now prioritizing daily usability over pure off-road capabilities. That means features like ample cargo space, fuel efficiency, and modern technology are starting to trump the Bronco's classic ruggedness. The connection to adventure is still strong, but practicality is taking the wheel. Let's shift the focus to consumer sentiment and how it impacts sales. One glaring issue is the noticeable lack of marketing visibility around the Bronco. When the model made its grand reappearance, excitement buzzed through the air. However, that enthusiasm has since fizzled. The once prominent marketing efforts seem to have dialed back, perhaps due to an awareness of the diminishing consumer demand driven by those high prices. If potential buyers don't know what the Bronco can offer, its features and capabilities, they're unlikely to take the plunge. Now, let's shift gears and explore what consumers are actually feeling amidst these pricing woes. Despite the hefty price tags, interest remains high for various color and style options for the Bronco Raptor. For instance, the brand new Code Orange package has generated quite a buzz among enthusiasts, indicating that there is still a desire for this vehicle. but only if the pricing can be figured out. It shows that buyers still see potential in the Bronco Raptor, provided that Ford can align its pricing with what consumers are willing to pay. Here's a twist. The Bronco Raptor embodies what some might call a luxury problem. It flaunts high-end features and exceptional performance capabilities, but at a premium price that turns heads for all the wrong reasons. This pricing strategy might alienate the traditional off-road enthusiasts who have long sought utility and ruggedness without the added luxury costs attached. Think about it. If you're an off-roader at heart, you likely dream of conquering trails without the need for frills that come with fancy price tags. The decline in sales for the Ford Bronco reflects a broader trend in the automotive market, where even established models face challenges. Similarly, the Honda Ridgeline is grappling with its own set of issues, struggling to resonate with consumers in a competitive truck landscape. The Ford Bronco may be grabbing headlines for its struggles, but let's not forget that it's not alone on this rocky path. The next car is equally caught in the crosshairs of a competitive truck market, trying to carve out its niche but facing some serious roadblocks along the way. The 2024 Honda Ridgeline. To put it bluntly, the challenges it faces are monumental, and they can't be ignored. Sales have taken a nosedive, creating alarm bells that industry insiders can't help but ring. Critics, eager to voice their opinions, are highlighting what they perceive to be significant drawbacks in an intensely competitive truck market. The consensus seems to revolve around one core idea: the Ridgeline hasn't even scratched the surface of its full market potential. Why? It all boils down to design choices and its overall identity in the eyes of consumers. Market perception plays a pivotal role in the Ridgeline standing among truck enthusiasts. One of the most significant sticking points is its unibody construction. Unlike the traditional body-on-frame designs found in competitors like the Ford Ranger and Toyota Tacoma, the Ridgeline structure sets it apart, but not in a way that endears it to all. Yes, unibody constructions generally foster a smoother ride and enhance handling. Any driver can appreciate those perks. However, these qualities have also contributed to a pervasive belief that the Ridgeline lacks the ruggedness required for real heavy-duty tasks. Many potential buyers dismiss it, thinking, this isn't a true truck at all. That perception can be a deal breaker, especially for consumers yearning for a vehicle that exudes toughness and reliability while being equipped for off-road escapades or capable of serious towing duties with confidence. Let's dive deeper into the sales performance. It's hard to overlook the numbers, which paint a gloomy picture for the Ridgeline. Recent quarterly stats reveal a noticeable decline in sales figures, leading to questions about its viability in the market. At the beginning of 2023, a rather optimistic sales figure of 11,000 units sold in quarter 1 quickly dwindled down to only 7,800 units by quarter 4. This steady decline is not just a troubling statistic, it's a crucial indicator of how the Ridgeline's design and market perception are heavily impacting its performance in a market that thrives on competition. With each passing month, this vehicle appears to lose traction against its rivals. The 2024 Honda Ridgeline isn't just facing critiques, it's practically drowning in them. Its design and functionality have come under serious fire, leading to the notable drop in sales. Let's talk about design flaws that are turning potential buyers away. First on the chopping block is that shallow bed. What's the deal with it? It restricts cargo capacity and versatility in a way that traditional truck aficionados simply cannot overlook. For those who expect their truck to haul everything from dirt bikes to lumber, this feature just doesn't cut it. Picture a truck that's as capable as a Swiss Army knife, but here you are with a butter knife instead. Frustrating, right? Performance-wise, there's more to unpack in this complex scenario. The Ridgeline has a 3.5-liter V6 engine that generates a commendable 280 horsepower. It's perfectly capable when cruising on paved roads, but this is where many adventurers begin to lose interest. The model falls short of essential off-road features. It lacks elements like locking differentials and specialized traction management systems, which are essential for navigating challenging landscapes. When truck enthusiasts dream about their ideal vehicles, they imagine machines that can effortlessly conquer mud pits, jagged rocks, and daunting climbs. Regrettably, the Ridgeline's performance limitations make it less appealing to those who prioritize an adventurous lifestyle. Value and pricing concerns? Oh, they're playing a significant role in this story. The Ridgeline's high price tag might make it tempting, but let's be real, it's hardly competitive against many attractive alternatives. When buyers can snag better features or performance at a lower price elsewhere, it becomes an easy choice. It's like going out for your favorite food only to end up at a place that costs double but serves half the flavor. Speaking of value, there's the issue of features, or the lack thereof. The Ridgeline's gear list feels lacking when stacked up against its rivals. All this does is amplify the feeling of poor value for money. Today's consumers are savvy, they want substance over flash, and they're not about to ignore an unbalanced ratio of price to features. Then there's the glaring lack of significant discounts. In a market ripe with competitors who throw discounts like confetti at a wedding, the Ridgeline remains tight-fisted. This refusal to offer substantial incentives makes it feel less appealing. When shoppers can walk away with better deals elsewhere, the Ridgeline is left in the dust, struggling for attention like a wallflower at a party. The Nissan Frontier. The Nissan Frontier is in a pretty rough spot right now, facing some serious sales challenges that are hard to ignore. Just take a look at the overflowing inventory at North Carolina dealerships. It's telling a story of its own. Let's talk about the high inventory levels. Dealerships are reporting enormous stocks of Nissan Frontiers sitting idly on their lots, and this isn't a good sign. With sales falling short of expectations, the excessive inventory points to a clear problem. Consumer demand simply isn't matching what these dealerships hoped for. This oversupply creates a situation where dealers feel the pressure to offer discounts and incentives to encourage sales. They need to move that inventory fast, and that's not good news for the Frontier. Now, consider the comparison with other models available on the market. It's not just the Frontier that's taking up space on showroom floors. Dealerships are also stocked with sedans and SUVs, which can dilute interest in the truck segment. With so many options available, potential buyers might feel more drawn to better marketed and more popular models. When customers are faced with a plethora of choices, it's easy for the Frontier to get lost in the shuffle. Buyers are looking for the best deals and features, and the Frontier isn't standing out. Next up is pricing and how the Frontier is perceived in terms of value. Let's be frank, stickers shock. The Nissan Frontier, especially higher trims like the Pro 4X, has a pricing structure that raises eyebrows. For instance, the Pro 4X's MSRP hovers around $41,031. To many potential buyers, that price feels steep, especially compared to competitors that offer similar features for less. In a crowded truck market where every dollar counts, high costs can push buyers to look elsewhere, especially if they're seeking more bang for their buck. Then we have the issue of limited discounts being offered. Sure, there might be some talk about a $2,250 discount off the MSRP for the base model, but let's get real. This isn't enough to make waves. In an era where competitors are rolling out enticing deals to attract buyers, the Frontier's meager offerings can make it seem less appealing. Without significant incentives, consumers might start to think that the Frontier is just not worth it when they can get a better deal elsewhere. Shifting gears, let's examine consumer preferences, which are another part of the puzzle. Nowadays, there's a noticeable shift towards practicality. Many people are gravitating towards SUVs and crossovers because they offer daily usability that trucks often don't. This change in buyer priorities can bring a negative impact on truck sales, including the Frontier, as consumers now prioritize vehicles that can handle their everyday needs with ease, rather than just the rugged capabilities of an off-road monster. This leads us to a critical aspect: the balance between off-road features and everyday usability. The Frontier Pro 4X certainly packs a punch with its impressive attributes. Think a 3.8L V6 engine delivering a robust 310 horsepower, paired with specialized suspension systems that scream adventure. However, here's the catch. These powerful off-road capabilities may not resonate with everyday drivers who are really just looking for comfort and efficiency for their daily commutes. Sure, the ruggedness is enticing for weekend warriors, but for the daily grind, not so much. Last but not least, the 2024 Toyota Tacoma. the 2024 Toyota Tacoma is finding itself in a tough spot as it struggles to carve out a niche in the fiercely competitive mid-size truck market. Despite its lengthy legacy and established reputation, several critical factors are taking a toll on its sales performance. Notably, the Tacoma, especially in the SR5 trim, has seen some design updates. Think modern aesthetics that offer a fresh take, even leaning into a fun resemblance to a Tonka truck, sparking childhood nostalgia. However, let's get real. These design tweaks haven't translated into the sales surge Toyota was hoping for. While the truck's color options and sleek design elements may catch the eye of some consumers, they fail to tackle the deeper issues that are hampering its marketability and sales numbers. Moving on to pricing and market concerns, we encounter a significant stumbling block, a high pricing strategy that has many scratching their heads. The base model of the Tacoma starts at around $32,995, and if you're looking at higher trims like the SR5, you'll be shelling out upwards of $37,695. Bottom line, this pricing strategy places the Tacoma in direct competition not just with other mid-sized trucks, but also with models that offer more features or stronger value for comparable prices. In a market where buyers are savvy and always hunting for the best bang for their buck, these costs make it challenging for the Tacoma to appear attractive. Then there are the cold weather package costs. Yes, those additional packages can pile on an already substantial price tag, but they often don't provide enough value to justify the extra expense. Consumers are voicing their frustrations, feeling that they're being charged premium prices for features that should be standard. Nobody enjoys shelling out cash for add-ons that should simply come with the ride. It just doesn't feel right. The reality of dealer markups only complicates matters further. In certain markets such as Virginia, many dealerships have tacked on significant markups to the Tacoma, making the already high prices even steeper. This practice can alienate potential buyers who are already grappling with high costs and might lead them to consider more budget-friendly alternatives that won't gouge them with excessive dealer fees. When consumers feel pinched, they start to look for other options that are kinder to their bank accounts. Now let's talk about market perceptions and alternatives. The Tacoma's perceived value is dwindling as consumers increasingly compare it to other models, like the Toyota 4Runner or the Nissan Frontier. As buyers weigh their options, they're on the lookout for trucks that offer features enhancing usability and comfort. Unfortunately, many of these desirable traits are not being adequately met by the Tacoma's current offerings. When trucks like the 4Runner and Frontier appear to provide more at a better value, the Tacoma takes a few steps back in the minds of consumers. Adding to the concern is the issue of unsold inventory. Recent observations reveal a growing number of unsold models, not just of the Tacoma, but also related models like the Tundra and 4Runner. This points to a broader issue within Toyota's truck lineup. The inability to move inventory suggests that consumer interest is not only waning, but perhaps weakening in response to pricing and feature concerns. If trucks are just sitting around with no buyers in sight, what's that say about the brand's current standing? In essence, the picture for the 2024 Toyota Tacoma is pretty cloudy, with high pricing, unsatisfactory market perceptions, and the daunting specter of excess inventory. Toyota has some serious work ahead to reignite interest and drive sales. The truck's long-standing legacy isn't enough to carry it through this competitive landscape, especially when buyers are looking for practical and affordable options. Will the Tacoma manage to turn this ship around, or will it continue to struggle against more appealing alternatives? What do you think? Let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next videos.